Hi there, my name is Nicole Hebert with the Moose Jaw Journey to Hope team, and this is Voices of Hope.
So I'm going to talk a little bit about Kate's Place. Kate's Place is run by the Salvation Army in Regina. It's in the hood. It's on 5th and Ray, and when you first look at it, it's like, how can anyone get sober there? But why that place worked over any other place that I'd ever been to along my journey? Yeah, I had drug court and the programming and stuff, but if you screw up there, most places, if you break curfew, you break any of the rules, you're kicked out. You don't even get a chance to pack up your apartment or your room. You're kicked right out. And with Kate's Place, why it worked, first off, all the women there became second moms to me because I had lost my family, right? The trust issues and all that stuff. So I was slowly earning my family back, but they were my moms until I got my family back. It could be 3 o'clock in the morning and I could come downstairs with a using dream, and they wouldn't kick me out of the office because they were too busy. They would sit with me and try to talk and get my mind off of it. They actually cared. I still stay in contact with some of them because they really do care. If you relapse there, you're given the option, you can go to detox or then you're kicked out, right? But you're always given a choice. And I think recovery, it works better when we're given that choice. Okay, you can choose your recovery. So is this what you're going to do, or is this what you're going to do? Are you going to run? And I think I didn't like to be told what to do, but when I was given the opportunity to choose my recovery or to choose what I want to do, here's the consequence of this decision, and here's the consequence of this decision, or here's the benefits of both, right? Just things worked better. I think when I came out to Moose Jaw, I was like, there's got to be something like that here, and there just wasn't. So it's kind of something for the past 2 years that's been rolling around in my head that we just need this here, and it's like I said, it's my purpose. I got a calling to do this. So I'm a single woman, so I didn't have kids, so things were a little easier for me. But I really feel my heart goes out to the moms because even at Kate's Place, they did have their little bachelor studio apartments, and some of these women would come in there pregnant, or they would come in there with their kids, and they could house one kid, but if you had more than one, it was hard. And I think here, not only do we need a place like Kate's Place, we need a place for moms to go with their kids. We need, the answer shouldn't be let's take the kids away and then you go find treatment on your own. The answer should be, how do we help this family? Same with the single people like me that were out there. How do we help her? I think our problem is that we look at it as a problem and a quick fix. How do we put the Band-Aid on it? And we need to look at long term, the solution long term. I just really feel that we're creating right now. A lot of the helps that are out there are just Band-Aids. And there's so housing first. If a person doesn't have a safe home, they can't do the programming. Who wants to get sober when you got to go sleep in the, under a bridge, or if you're staying at a place like the Mission? Who wants to get sober then? You're living with, I don't know how to say it, inhumane sometimes. Sometimes it feels like you don't know when your next meal is coming from. You don't know if you're going to get a bed, right? Drugs are going to help you make that not feel so horrible. So if we could give people that house first, I think that we would, see more success. But we don't have any program like that right now in Moose Jaw. So, yeah. I think that the biggest thing for any community, like I said, housing first, right? I think we need to talk about it more. I think the stigma around addiction needs to go. It's keeping, the stigma around addiction is literally killing people. If anyone's checked the overdoses that have happened this past year, it's crazy. We're losing more people to overdoses than ever. and there's such a, like I said, there's such a stigma. Nobody wants to talk about it. But I think if we could talk about it and like have success stories, you know, have people say me too, right? Because that's what helped me open up and helped me on my to start my journey into recovery. I think people need to hear, I think communities need to start working together. That's the biggest thing. Like, how can I help? I'm a hairdresser. How can I help? Well, you know, you can help. How, like going to places, like when I was at Kate's place, that was one thing I couldn't afford was a haircut. But you know, a haircut could make somebody feel so much better. Like that self-love, that self-care, and to know that somebody isn't afraid to touch your hair. I'm a grocery store. How can I help? You know, groceries are one thing that I couldn't afford. I didn't even know how to properly go grocery shopping. You know, my grocery shopping was McDonald's. Like I didn't know how to go and budget. I didn't know how to buy things that were healthy. So I think that anybody that feels like, I don't know, it's like I want to help, but I don't feel like I work in a sector that can help this. Well, yeah, if everybody came together, if all the agencies came together to offer, okay, let's see, how can we fix this? I think that, you know, the stigma would die, because now you're meeting the people that are suffering with these mental health like addictions, and you're meeting them, you're putting a face to the word, right? When I hear the word cancer, like I think of all the things that I've gone to raise money for, you know, the people that were suffering with that disease. When I think of addictions now, I think of myself. It took me a long time to admit that I was an addict. When I think of anxiety, I have somebody that I think about, I put a face to it, right? Like it's not just a word anymore to me. But yeah, like communities, I think here in Moose Jaw that we're starting to make progress. I think the biggest thing is getting the city councils have to be on board. When I did the event in Regina for a fundraiser, you know, seeing politicians come out and support, it just moved me. Like it moved my heart, because to know that, you know, I mattered to them, you know, and you know, today I am a law-abiding citizen. So, you know, even though I was just a street person for the longest time, today I actually vote and I pay bills and I do those things, and it was community programming that got me here. Like I said, though, I had to be criminally charged, and it shouldn't be that way. So if I could leave a message of hope for anyone, it's just, like I said, me too. It's happened to me and I survived, and I'm still surviving. We don't have to suffer alone, especially for people suffering out there with addictions. Like I know you're alone. I know you feel like nobody cares. I know that because I was there. I know that you're fighting everything and you're feeling like you're the victim and the world is happening to you, but you don't have to go this alone. There's other people out there that, you know, I'm out here, you know, and it's because, you know, I survived because people put their hand out and lifted me up, right? I had no love for myself, and I met people in 12-step programs, at drug court, you know, at Kate's place, and they loved me till I could love myself. So just want everyone to know that, you know, if you're suffering with addictions right now, like I love you. So give yourself a hug from me, because, you know, it's COVID and I can't hug you. But yeah, it's just, nobody needs to die from this disease anymore. And like, you know, the suicide and addiction go hand in hand, and you just don't, no one needs to die anymore. We need to stand up and we need to get help. We need to get better. And like, that's why I'm still here. That's why I still go to the programs that I go to, because I want to help everybody. And I hope you can see the hope that I saw, you know, just that tiny, tiny glimmer of light. Just keep following it.